boy, do I have a treat for you today. Today, I'm going to unbox Red Menace, World War III in 1959. This is a game designed by Brent Ward, and this is the second edition. Now, I think the original edition came out in 2013. There was a little bit of buzz about it, and I kind of missed out on getting in on that at the time or in subsequent copies of that. And I believe it might have been published by White Dog Games at the time, and also there might have been like a print and play version. The difference in this edition, I'm not sure what all the differences are, but I do know that this one I think is put together by Games Crafter. It is basically, I think, Mr. Ward is kind of doing this himself through, I think, Battlespace Games, I believe, is his company, or at least the company that's distributing this is Battlespace Games, as you can see from their logo right there. So this is the newest edition of this. I'm not sure how long this second edition has been out, but it's kind of a print-on-demand type situation. So you can reach out to, I guess, Battlespace Games or to Games Crafter or whoever to get it. But again, I contacted Mr. Ward, and he was very, very kind to send this to me because this looks interesting. It kind of falls in line with the alt history section that I covered a month or so ago, and I'll put a link to that in my video down below. This fits right into that. This is alternative World War III in 1959. This is kind of picking an interesting date for that. And if you look at the back of the box, they're basically having the caveat that this game is not meant to be an accurate simulation of the actual capabilities of the strategic forces involved, but rather reflects what the governments and citizens of the United States, Canada, and the UK believe could happen. So this is, again, alt history. This is kind of nuclear war envisioned in 1959. And one thing I really like about this is it's solitaire. So the number of players is 1, playing time is 60 to 90 minutes, age is 12 plus, complexity is 5 out of 10, solitaire suitability is high, unit scale is groups with some squadrons and Soviet air divisions. Time scale is 1 to 1.5 hours per game turn. Map scale is 500 miles per hex. Designers are Brent Ward and developers Barry Kindle. So Battlespace Games 2019. So the relatively recent design. Again, I don't think it's mass produced. I think it's more of an on-demand type situation. So it's got a really interesting map. You're kind of looking down at the pole and or the North Pole and looking back at United States and Russia from that angle. There was another game I have. It's a little Ziploc game called ICBM that was just about missiles basically going over the pole. And I don't think I don't recall if it had intercept squadrons, which this game is primarily about, interceptor squadrons and doing bombing missions and then trying to intercept them, and the interchange between the two forces with you playing the United States, I believe. So let's get inside the box and see what we actually get in here. It's kind of an interesting way you see the box there. It's like the lid and the bottom are not flush right there. So I wonder if there's something in there and then you'll have to put it flush later, or if it's just an extended box there or what. Not sure, but see what we have in here. Let's get this lid off. There we go. Okay. Oh, wow. So got a smaller lid, or at least a thinner or more shallow lid. Decent quality. And then there's this raised lip here. I wonder if that's interesting. Haven't seen that before. Here's the packing. Here's the packing. And then we've got, here's a marker and some dice here. Interesting, a couple of different types of dice. Not sure what the numbers there is for. We've got random event deck here. Maybe that's their the game crafters or whatever their inventory number, so to know how they put this together. Here's your Soviet cities. Here are some, looks like they're thicker cards there. This game contains laser cut components. Laser cut items may have a slight amount of soot on and around the edges, which can quickly be wiped off. They also have a campfire-like smell for about a week after being taken out of the bag. I can already kind of smell a little bit of that campfire smell. Victory Point Games used to do this back in the day, and they put a napkin in there that you can wipe off the counters or wipe off your other components with the laser cutting. Here is the map. We'll get that out there. I'm talking a little bit more about laser cut there. Here is the scenario book, volume 1. And looks like you got 3 scenarios there. We'll take a look at that. And then we have the rule book here. So, okay, so interesting. So that is the, so it's almost like a box within a box there. Kind of interesting. Okay. Well, move that off to the side here. Let's take a look at the, put all this over here. Take a look at the rule books here. So this is the rule book. Looks like it is 18 pages. And version 1.0 is November 2018, so don't know if, I guess that's for edition 2nd. Again, I don't know what changes there were from the original release of this game. We've got a counter manifest here. So 18 pages, got some designer notes, you've got optional rules. So it really looks like about 16 and a half pages or so are the rules here. And then you have introduction and contents. And here's a counter image here. You've got movement, range, attack, defense, and of course they're labeled to MRAD. Unit name, role, this is a bomber. Then it looks like you're going to have units from Canada, Cuba, Soviet Union, United Kingdom, and United States. There's going to be a reference sheet in here. I don't know where I saw that at. I have to look for that. It looks like you need to have a reference sheet. Maybe it's in the scenarios. So there's a U.S. reference sheet and a Soviet reference sheet. Here's the map, and it's two-sided. The one side's color and one side's black and white. So you can kind of go back to 1959. And you get the rules. Here's setup, turn phases, random events. Like with any solitaire game, I imagine the turn phases or the procedure is the key to the game. Here's how you do movement. Here's combat. Dual column, chapter and verse, kind of 10.11, 10.12, so standard fare for war game setup. Not a lot of, there's some color imagery and maybe some examples, but not a lot. As you can see here, a lot of text in here. And then, of course, there's early warning systems, and you're trying to destroy cities, and that's how you win. How to win. There is no real winner in a nuclear war. Okay, so the 80s War Games movie with Matthew Broderick. You want to play some chess? and some optional rules, and there you have it. So that's the rules that you get with this. Let's take a look at the scenario book here. So this is scenario 1, the Soviets on the dew line. So it looks like you've got setup position, you got flights, you've got different starting positions, pre-game actions. Here's scenario 2, LeMay's War. Scenario 3, now before the darkness descends. And then you have your unit reference. So that's your scenarios that you get with this. Let's open up this map here. There's my card about the, so maybe these are the reference sheets. Okay, here are the reference sheets. So that's cool. Okay. So with that marker there, these are there's a little bit of a finish to these. So I guess that's what the dry erase is for. So this is the Soviet flight, so I guess you'll just be marking stuff there on that. And these are double-sided. I don't know if they're different based on the side. Let's take this up a little bit here. So we get to the map too. So not sure if that's different or if they're just the same. You just have two sides to it. And then you've got you have one for the U.S. as well. And this has your turn phases, which is always important in a procedural solitaire game. Here's the different air bases and cities, and then bombers based on that, interceptors. So, and I assume it's the same on the other side, but not certain there. Don't know if there's a variant or anything, but you get two of those. And then the map. So map is not that big, actually. There you go. There's your map. There is the, let's flip it this way here. There is the United States. You've got the polar region, and then you've got Soviet Union and part of Europe over here. So, interesting. So that is your map. And then there's a black and white side to it as well. It's kind of cool. Let's try to go down here a little bit. Maybe I get some of that glare off of it. Kind of cool. Good size hexes. I'm sure these are all the letters that probably correspond with the different cities over here. So you've got a kind of a reference to it. And you got the color version. That's kind of cool. Get a little bit of, and this is, it got the same finish. I guess you could mark on here. I don't know if it's required in the game, but you can mark on there if you need to. Let's open up the, let's take a look at the cards here. These are the Soviet cities cards. So I imagine this is the deck you're trying to bomb. So this is interesting. So I wonder if this is, maybe this is where the targets come from. So like Moscow launches to, yeah, not sure. I don't know. I haven't. I looked on this game when it first came out, like in the 14 or 15. Actually, I think I looked at this around 17. This was the first time I looked at this game, and that would have been the first edition, I believe. And but I didn't get into the gameplay, so I didn't pick it up. So I'm not sure exactly how all those work out, but those are your city cards there. Then we have your random events. If I had smell-o-vision, you guys could smell some of the laser stuff. I can't wait to open up that bag. If I fall over, then someone call the nearest authorities. So these are your random events. That's kind of cool. You got like a 1959 TV there, like a little TV set or monitor, little screen there. And then you've got the events. So a little old black and white monitor that's probably in your in the defense base or the attack base. It's kind of cool. So those are some of your events there. And you got your dice here. There's, you know, it looks like there's 3 regular dice, blue, and then there's these gray dice. I assume they are 1 through 6, but not certain. Not sure if they're really markers or if they're actual. You roll these. Then there's there's 2 red and 2 blue cubes in there as well. Let's get into this. So here it is. So get ready to dial for help if I need it here. Ooh. Let's see what this smells like here. Ooh, boy, that bag smells like a different kind of campfire there. So we got the counter sheets here. I'll move this away because this might have some, as I said, might have some soot on it. So these are laser cut, kind of shiny there. Got your little mushroom cloud. Here's some of the bombers. Assume these are the Soviet bombers. Here's some U.S. aircraft. You've got some SAM, surface-to-air missile stuff there. Not looking too dirty. I don't. Let's see here. Some more counters here. So it looks like you've got 3 by 5, so 15 a sheet here. There's a little bit of smudging there, so just gonna want to be careful with this. Don't want to get all the components too sooty if there is actually a lot on there. I can't quite tell. Yeah, you can see a little bit on my hands there. So I'll have to wipe these off before I wipe them off and then punch them out, then probably wipe them off again, right? So you can see some of the counters here. Cuba. So there you have it. Of course, you got the movement, range, attack, defense. These are bombers. And there are the counters. Here's the USS George Washington submarine here. And there you have it. Those are the counters. There's a little bit of soot on that, so I might want to wipe my hands just a tad before I get into touching too much stuff here. But there you have it. That is what is in the box of Red Menace, World War III in 1959. So if you like alternative history and those kind of scenarios, this might be something you're interested in. If you like solitaire games, again, this might be something you might be interested in. There's a lot of solo air games. I think it might harken back to the old B-17, Queen of the Skies solo game, which was one of the earlier solo only games, and was focusing on bombing missions. That has spawned a whole tradition of what I kind of call charty war games. This does not look like a charty war game. I didn't see really any charts in there. I think this is all based on on the hex board and moving and doing interception. Maybe that's the pre-plotted. Maybe there's some of those like on this. Maybe some of those were like pre-plotting on that. But again, this doesn't look like it's a charty game, but it does look like it's it's an aerial solo game, and there's a lot of aerial solo games out there. So if you're interested in that genre, this might be something you might want to take a look at as well. I really want to dive into the rules a little bit and try to figure out how this plays. And I think there might be some play videos out there. I kind of recall I might have saw at least a couple out there at one point. So I might dive into that before I tackle this. Of course, cleaning up all the counters first. But there you have it. Again, want to thank our Brent Ward for sending this to me. Really appreciate that. And excited to get into this. And I might actually try to do some gameplay or the like of this, just to show my appreciation and because I am interested in this and see how it plays out. It does look interesting. So anyway, thank you for spending some time with me today. I know it's your time is precious, so any amount of time spent with me is greatly appreciated. I'd like to know your thoughts on this. Have you played the first edition? Do you have this edition? Do you know of any really differences in it? Do you like this? Do you hate it? Love to know your thoughts on this. Please post them below. And anyway, thanks for spending some time. Thanks for watching.